Hey guys, we're getting back to the topic that we left off with. It's the Golden Fleece and the Argonauts in particular, and this is the Wikipedia for the Argonauts. I'm starting a timer for 13 minutes this time, and we're gonna take off from. So there's this section called the crew. There's no definite list, and I was looking at it. It's like very long, but it is interesting. We have so Apollonius we know is one of the authors, so one of the sources. And there's a few, and appearances in in each, how many times they appear, and the abode. I wonder what that means. Let's just highlight. Oh yeah, abode is where they're from. Parentage and notes. Anyways, there's a bunch of characters. But I thought about skipping all the way to the journey. I thought that'd be fun. Okay, so the journey. So, along with 49 crewmates, they sailed off from Colchis to Colchis. Colchis, probably pronounced Colchis. Maybe pronounced, to fetch the Golden Fleece. So women of Lemnos. So we have a bunch of chapters here, and the first of which is women of Lemnos. They first stopped at Lemnos, where they learned that all males had been murdered. Whoa. The reason of which was as follows: for several years, the women did not honor and make offerings to Aphrodite. Because of her anger, she visited them with a noisome smell. What the hell does that mean? Noisome, having an extremely offensive smell. So she visited them with a noisome smell. Okay. Therefore, their spouses took captive women from the neighbor. Oh shit! Their spouses took captive women from the neighboring country of Thrace and bedded them, dishonored all the Lemnian women except one, which her name is, I don't know, Hypsigil, I don't know, Hypsii, I don't know how to pronounce that. They were all but her instigated by the same goddess and conspiring to kill their fathers and husbands. That is brutal. How brutal is that? They then deposed King Thoas, who would have died along them with a whole tribe of men. So they killed the king as well, but was secretly spared by his daughter. This is the one. So the king was spared. She put him on board a ship, which was carried out to the island of Tarica. Oh, and we even know where it is. The island, yeah, doesn't really look like an island. Maybe they thought it was an island because it looks like it's a isthmus. It looks like it's a little peninsula rather. It's Crimea essentially. Okay. So they get to Lemnos and learn this whole thing, and in the meantime, the Argonauts sailing home, the guardian of the harbor saw them announcing their coming to the queen, this chick, her, the new queen. Polyxo, who was that? Several. Okay, so it just has several. It's a name that's used several times. So Polyxo, who by virtue of her middle age, gave advice that she should put them under obligation to the gods and hospitality, and invite them to a friendly reception. Hypsily fell in love with their captain Jason. They had 3 sons. Oh my gosh, what a journey! It's like 3 sons. So that's, what is it? 9 times 3. It's 27 months at least to have all those babies. And plus time, a little bit of time in the meantime. Yeah, it's like years. It's like a detour of years. Yeah, so it's not like it's like an epic. It's not really like it's not like a short story. It's like a freaking Stormlight Archives type of novel. The amount of time that goes by. They had sons. We know their names. They also, other Argonauts consorted with the Lemnian women, and their descendants were called minions. Is that the like minion or minions? How cool. Okay, so I don't even know. Since some of them have previously emigrated from Minion or Camanus. So the Lemnian women gave the names of the Argonauts to their children, and they had conceived by them. Delayed many days, they were chided by Hercules and departed. But later, when the women learned that she had spared her father, they tried to kill her. She fled from them. The pirates captured and took her to Thebes, where they sold her as a slave to King Lycus. She would reappear years later. When the Argives marched against Thebes, learned from her the way to a spring in Nemea, where she would serve as nurse to King Lycurgus' son, which reminds me of like the laws of Lycurgus from Sparta, but it seems like it's a different one. In order to purify the island from blood guilt, she ordered that all Lemnian hearth fires to be put off for 9 days. And for a new fire. That's super cool, because she reminds me of like ancient Rome, where the hearth was like a really important part of the house. And I think they believed spirits dwelled there. There was a very spiritual connection to the hearths. I mean, what a cool thing. Island of Cesius. We have a bunch of things here. What's the island of Cesius? After Lemnos, they made their second stop at Bear Mountain. The locals called this Dolionos were all descended from Poseidon. Their king, the son of this guy, who had just gotten married, received the Argonauts with hospitality, decided to give them a party. During that event, the king tried to tell Jason not to go, but he got distracted, and then Jason went there. When they had left, the king and sailed the whole day. A storm rose, and then the king, thinking that they were a different army, for they were constantly harassed. That's a cool map. Wow, what a cool map. I want to click it. Attacked them on the shore at night in mutual ignorance of each other. The Argonauts slew, mainly including what they had done. The Argonauts mourned and cut off their hair. Jason gave Cesius a costly burial and handed over the kingdom to his sons. Man, so what is this really cool map? Whoa, wonder if it's good quality. Yeah, it is. Wow, look at this thing. That's amazing. What quality. Greece and the archipelago. Look how maps used to be everything used to be so beautiful in the, like, what is this? Late 18th century. Look at how amazing a map would look. Wow. In this map, or rather, geographical essay, Morea and the adjacent parts are, according to the drawing, the German engineer, blah blah blah, in the Venetian service, a curious manuscript obligingly communicated by some late travels. Wow. Okay, I'm getting off topic, but this is quite the fucking map. And those are, yeah, it's so cool. It's all like, looks like it's handmade. I don't know. I wonder how they made maps back then. Okay, so one more. So we're kind of at the end here, and I don't know if I'm gonna ever finish this entire like episode of I'm not gonna go through the entire myth, but it was cool. It's cool to think about. I do want the sirens is a very cool one. So as the Argonauts sailed past the sirens, Orpheus restrained them by chanting a counter melody. Buttes alone swam off to the sirens, and Aphrodite carried him away and settled him in some island, it seems. After the sirens, the ship encountered the wandering rocks, the clashing rocks. I wonder if this is that, because I remember these ones, Scylla and Charybdis. Let's check it out. It's clashing rocks. Yep. No, this is something else. A rock formation thought to be inspired by the myth. This is off the coast of Istanbul. So yeah. Anyways, what an adventure they go on. I mean, all this is cool to me because, again, like this was this myth and the lore and the characters and the crew. Look, this is the island. This is some sort of drawing depicting the arrival of the Argonauts. Anyways, this whole thing was kind of planted in the minds of the early Greeks as they were colonizing the Mediterranean basin. This stuff is just kind of going through their heads and a part of their psyche as they're slowly but surely colonizing Greece, which is, I don't know, it's interesting. It's interesting that connection is interesting to me. Greek colonization. This is I think I did this on episode 2 or 1, I can't remember. But look at how, I wonder if it mentions it here. Yeah. The Argonautica, the myth thought to pertain the bold and nautical expeditions of this period. Yeah. Let's look at this picture. What a painting. Wow. It's a beautiful painting. And they're sailing on quite sturdy ships. I wonder if, yeah. Okay, we're out of time for this one.